So my girlfriend came up to visit for the weekend, right? And for reasons I don't particularly understand, she like learnt Latin, right? So I was sat there and I was making a sarcastic joke. And I called fucking Julius Caesar like a big motherfucker at one point, and then I went, sorry, I mean motherus fuckerum. And she turned to me and went, that is wrong on so many levels, right? You're not even using the right tone. And I'm like, oh my god. She's giving me a Latin lecture on the word motherfucker.
It's like, well, at least then you can learn how to say motherfucker in Latin and no one can question what you're saying because they don't know what it is.
I mean, I feel like it would still be close enough. So I'd be like, Mavarium fuckeros.
I was kind of funny though, because then you could just go, you don't know the language, so therefore you can't say that I was saying that.
I'm actually calling you a big friendly man in Latin. It just sounds like the word motherfucker.
It's just so similar because the Latins hated everyone.
You see, the Latin for love is fuck. So, big love is fuck her. There's a greater amount of love. I mean, I can imagine someone getting away with that, to be honest.
If you're using it on someone gullible, maybe, then yeah.
Thanks, I feel called out.
Good, I'm always calling you out.
Yeah, that's like 90% of our conversations at this point. Do you know what annoys me about these little dwarves in the Belfry Towers? I can't play as one.
You want to play as a little dwarf?
I want to be like 2 foot tall. It would make fighting monsters so much funnier if I literally was the size of their foot and nothing bigger.
So they can just start having the issues where they can't hit you and they have to do a jumping attack.
I mean, I don't use weapons that really have difficulty hitting them, but yeah, I do hear that. Yeah, I just want to cheat and make sure they can't hit me. I'm actually just trying to get that sneaky bonus in, and I was hoping you wouldn't notice. Damn, you've caught me.
I figure out your schemes.
My schemes, my Ponzi scheme. I mean, right, so I obviously was, of course, running more Pathfinder sessions, as I am wont to do.
Yes.
At this point, it's not even discussion of what's going on in the game, it's just like just a fucking conversation with a backdrop of Dark Souls 2. It's great.
That's pretty much what most things are.
So, my lovely players, big idiot guys, but they're great. I want to see what that message says. They broke into a warehouse. They only killed like 1 unnamed guy and 1 named guy in there. That was quite impressive.
Well, that was a restraint on their part.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a bizarre situation, but that's a tale for another time.
Yeah.
So anyway, are you aware of what a fantionette is in Pathfinder?
Remind me.
In the bestiary of creatures. A fantionette is a creature of the halfling god of murder, Famir Gix, who's still on record as having the 2nd funniest name of any god.
I can see that. Yeah, I agree with that.
The funniest, of course, being Norgorber.
Norgorber.
It's just I don't know what's so funny about the name. It just like it sounds like a shitpost someone would make up for Burger King. Like
He secretly works for Burger King.
Norgorber is the progenitor of Burger King. Yeah. Anyway, fantionettes are creatures that hide as halflings or human children but it's actually just like porcelain covering a horrible spider monster. You know, as is wont to do. So of course they find like this secret little map room in like an underground area in this warehouse, and I'm like, I used a fantionette in there, and I was like, oh yes, there is a small child swinging her legs, and she's spinning around on the chair, yada 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 yada.
Yeah.
And I made her look like the one guy they'd killed upstairs, and she spun around on the chair, and she went, "Is Daddy finished yet?" and one of them just turned around and went, "Fuck."
I mean, it's an appropriate response when a child's like, "Oh, my father was in there. Is he done yet?" And you just like cleaning the blood off
Literally
your
just like wiping the blood off your sword. No, they do you know how they killed that guy by electrocuting him through a metal doorway?
Wow.
And the guy that did it, Morgan, he had a wand of shocking grasp. The first thing, like, she was like, "Is Daddy done?" You know, yeah, stuff like that. And he replied, "Well, he's well done."
Oh God.
And I just sat there like, what the fuck does that actually mean? What have you just said out loud to me about? It was great. It was honestly quite funny.
How dare you?
You've ruined this pure innocent girl. It's actually a demon from beyond.
So she's not pure or innocent in the slightest.
Hey, leave demons alone. They can be pure and innocent if they want. Which they don't.
Kieran, their name is literally basically implies that they are never pure or innocent.
I
mean, if
this
you
is
somehow...
this is demonism, and I am taking you to court for it.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for you, the court is run by nothing but Azamars and angels.
Yeah, it's just like, oh no, court. And it's just, you just turn around, and the court is full of a bunch of good gods, and like one of them just puts his thumb up at you, and he's like, "Yep, we're all right." I don't think we've got zero problems with this battle.
It's like you've got like the jury and all that, and all the people who are supposed to be there to like judge at the end about whether they're guilty or not, and then you're just looking like, look, as long as there's some people who are just normal humans, maybe a tiefling or two if we get lucky, we're good. You turn around and it's nothing but Azamars.
Listen, we just need reasonable doubt. We need someone who thinks that perhaps there is enough evil in the world that we can get away with this. And there's just, it's like the Grand Council of like angels.
Like,
it's the Charred Council from Darksiders.
It's that just in like an actual physical form, and they're walking and they're like, we don't care if you're right or wrong, we just care that you're a demon.
I really don't trust the Charred Council in Darksiders. Like, I can say that when I actually played Darksiders 1, I was a dumb, misunderstanding kid who doesn't understand it, and I've never played it since, so I still don't understand it. But I do not trust the Charred Council with anything.
I mean, the Charred Council, I'm pretty sure they cause some of the events that happen in the games.
I feel like they are absolutely trying to pull off some shenanigans, and we just haven't figured out what they're doing yet.
Wait a second, I need to make sure what I was thinking of is right, so I'm looking at what the Charred Council shit was again.
Quick, Wikipedia!
I'm on the Wikipedia.
To the wiki.
I love how it's describing their characteristics. Their race is literally just described as old ones.
Oh, so they're of Cthulhu's ilk.
Yeah, it says means of travel as well.
Why do they have a means of travel slot?
They don't, it just says stationary.
Means of travel, no.
It says affiliation, you know who they're affiliated with.
Is it the Charred Council?
It says themselves.
Oh, okay.
It's
I don't know.
like-
I don't know what's funnier: obvious answers or answers that are so over-explained that it becomes funny.
I know.
Like, it should have been affiliation, the Charred Council, which you know, it's the same as affiliation themselves, but it's funnier.
It's like the thing I always wonder though is, did the Charred Council actually have a physical form and they just show up as 3 heads?
No, I reckon they are just a bunch of rocks in the side of a mountain.
Somehow came alive.
Yeah, I mean they're great old ones. You see, there's weirder stuff. Hello, Oliver the Collector.
Oh, that fucker. He's
Yeah.
not really that powerful, honestly, or good at his job.
It just shows up when you pick up something from a chest, and then you're like, hello.
Okay. You just stab him.
He's successfully failed to hit me so far. He's not actually
He's
swung
more
his
of a-
weapon at all yet.
He's more of a collector than anything.
Yeah. He swung his weapon twice before I killed him. Neither of them landed.
Yeah.
I am your immortal god king, Oliver the Collector. Oliver the Collector.
Oh, so here's the conspiracy to do with the Charred Council.
Oh, there actually is one. Oh, lovely. I'm glad my madness isn't alone in the internet.
No, this is an actual thing that happens.
Okay, go on.
Basically,
Shoot the theory at me.
like, we have Abaddon, who is going to start the apocalypse that happened in the first game.
Yeah.
Abaddon, if I remember correctly, was the Angel. He was basically the main bad guy.
I think that's the one you fight that turns into a dragon at the end.
Yeah, he does.
Yes. Okay.
He turns into a demon dragon.
Alright, I'm currently with you.
So they knew he was going to start the apocalypse beforehand, and they could have easily summoned the horsemen to, you know, go and deal with it. But they were like, well, they'll probably just kill him instead of dealing with him in a way we want to.
Which is, of course, in a really bad way.
So instead they're like, why don't we just send war to Earth, make him think that he was responsible for the apocalypse.
That's funnier than it should be. They were just like the Emperor. They were emperoring it up. Right there.
Pretty much, yeah.
If we can put the blame on one of the kids, they won't try and stop us.
And then they were like, and that way, by the end of it, because war will want to kill anyone who gets in his way of clearing his name, everyone will be dead and no one can stop us.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh shit, war. It's got destructive power beyond anyone else.
And then
You could
Death's
totally
like, well,
just
I don't
mess us
believe
up.
that.
Death's like one of those conspiracy theorists on 4chan that turns out to be right.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of vibe I get from Death.
We need to see what Fury's stance on.